Explosions roared across the Turkish-Syrian border, creating clouds of smoke as Turkey officially launched the so-called Operation Peace Spring, which was announced by Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan on Wednesday. Turkey has been planning for this operation for months now. Ankara says there are two main objectives behind the operation: to secure Turkey's border areas by eliminating terrorist elements and to allow the safe return of refugees into Syria. Ankara says it plans to target Syrian Kurdish YPG militia and Islamic State militants during the offensive. Smoke was seen rising from buildings in the Syrian towns of Ras Al Ain and Tel Abyad as Turkish jets hit their first targets, marking the beginning of the operation. Meanwhile, homes in Turkey's border town of Ceylanpınar were hit by rocket shells launched from within Syria. No casualties were reported. Earlier on Monday, the Pentagon removed Turkey from the anti-ISIS air tasking order, which coordinates flights in that region.
This could cause some restrictions for Turkey, but Turkey's weapons and ammunition would be sufficient to have an impact on the target operation area, which is 30 kilometers deep. So without leaving its own airspace, Turkey's fighter jets would be able to hit the targets at the furthest point of the 30 kilometers it has determined.
Civilians living in residential towns in Syria could also create challenges for Turkey.
The YPJ PKK will want to use civilians as human shields. A civilian sensitivity will unfold, and it's my evaluation that Turkey will face provocations and manipulations. The PKK did this before by not allowing civilians to leave combat areas. It tried to put pressure on Turkey.
NATO's Secretary General stated that Turkey had legitimate concerns, but called for Ankara to be cautious.
It has suffered horrendous terrorist attacks, and it hosts millions of Syrian refugees. NATO has been informed by Turkish authorities about their ongoing operation in northern Syria. It is important to avoid actions that may further destabilize the region, escalate tensions, and cause more human suffering.
The UN Security Council is set to meet for an emergency meeting on Thursday to discuss the operation. Turkey's defense ministry stressed that only terrorists and their shelters, weapons, positions, and equipment would be targeted, while extra attention was paid to prevent damage to civilians as well as cultural and historical structures. Michal, Bardavid, CGTN, Şanlıurfa.